Imagine a wedding so extravagant that it set the standard for royal opulence. A celebration where millions were spent on a single day of grandeur. Welcome to the most expensive royal wedding in history. Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum's 1979 union with Sheikh Hind bin Maktoum Al Maktoum. Picture this: a wedding so lavish, so over the top, it became the gold standard for royal celebrations. Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum's 1979 wedding to Sheikh Hind bin Maktoum Al Maktoum wasn't just a marriage, it was a statement. With an eye-popping cost of around $100 million, that's over $200 million today, it set the bar for extravagance, making it one of the most expensive royal weddings ever. Held in the heart of the desert, the wedding venue wasn't your typical chapel. Instead, a massive stadium was built to hold more than 20,000 guests, each invited to witness the union of two of the most prominent families in the UAE. It was an event that brought together royalty, dignitaries, and high-profile guests from all over the world, and it was clear that this was no ordinary wedding. It was the perfect mix of tradition and modernity, showcasing the growing wealth and ambition of Dubai as it began to rise on the world stage. The wedding itself was nothing short of a spectacle. Imagine aerial stunts by the Dubai Air Force, camel and horse displays, and a fireworks show that lit up the sky like something out of a movie. This wasn't just about the bride and groom, it was about making a statement, a bold declaration of how far Dubai had come. The city wasn't just a place on the map anymore, it was becoming a global icon of luxury, wealth, and cutting-edge innovation. While exact costs are hard to pin down, the sheer scale of the wedding spoke for itself. From the breathtaking venue to the extravagant gifts given to Sheikh Hind, every detail was designed to reflect the royal family's prestige. Traditional gold, jewelry, and luxurious trousseaux were part of the deal, and the entire affair was a showcase of Dubai's elite status. The wedding was as much about displaying wealth as it was about showcasing the rich culture and royal customs of the UAE. But beyond the opulence, there was a deeper message. This wedding came at a time when Dubai was just beginning to transform. The UAE, with its futuristic ambitions and vision, was starting to emerge as a global power. Sheikh Mohammed's wedding wasn't just a personal celebration, it was a powerful symbol of the UAE's rise. It was an event that put Dubai on the global map, a city that had transformed from a small desert town into a glittering hub of business, culture, and innovation. Even today, the 1979 wedding remains iconic, not just because of the jaw-dropping cost, but because of its cultural and historical significance. It wasn't just a royal marriage, it was a moment that captured the spirit of a nation and an era of bold transformation. It's a reminder that with vision, ambition, and a touch of extravagance, you can make a lasting impact not just in your own country but on the world stage. The scale of the celebration. When it comes to royal weddings, size matters literally. And Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum's wedding to Sheikh Hind bin Maktoum Al Maktoum in 1979 was the perfect example of going big. This wedding wasn't just about a ceremony, it was a massive celebration that stretched the very idea of what a royal wedding could be. First off, the sheer scale of the event was mind-blowing. A 20,000-seat stadium was built in the desert to accommodate the guests. Think about that for a second, a whole stadium just for a wedding. There was no skimping on space or grandeur here. Dubai's skyline wasn't what it is today, and the desert served as the perfect backdrop for an event that would soon define what luxury in the UAE meant. This wasn't some intimate affair with just close family and friends, it was a citywide celebration that involved the whole community. Everyone from dignitaries to commoners had a chance to be part of this unforgettable event. And if you think about it, building a stadium in the desert for a wedding is no small feat. This wasn't just a show of wealth, but also of vision and ambition. With 20,000 guests, you can imagine the logistics involved. The roads, transportation, and accommodations for that many people in a relatively small city required meticulous planning. The United Arab Emirates had never hosted anything on this scale before, and the wedding itself, was a precursor to the kinds of massive events that Dubai would later become famous for. From its architectural feats to the infrastructure put in place, the wedding marked a new era for the city, showcasing its readiness to be an international destination for events and luxury. But the grandeur didn't stop at the size of the venue. The celebrations spilled over into every corner of the event, with extravagant entertainment designed to leave a lasting impression. Aerial shows, choreographed camel and horse displays, and a grand fireworks display painted the night sky. The sky was literally set on fire in a blaze of color, lighting up the desert in a way that had never been seen before. This wasn't just a wedding, it was a spectacle. Each moment was designed to leave guests in awe, to create a lasting memory that would become part of Dubai's growing identity. At the heart of this larger-than-life celebration was a message. Sheikh Mohammed's wedding was as much about making a statement as it was about celebrating love. It symbolized the UAE's readiness to step onto the global stage, showing the world that this small desert nation had the resources, vision, and ambition to host the kind of events that were traditionally reserved for much older and more established kingdoms. It wasn't just a wedding, it was a declaration that Dubai was a place of limitless possibilities and dreams. This wedding was more than just an extravagant day, it was a turning point. It showcased Dubai's ability to think big, and it laid the groundwork for the city's transformation into the global icon of luxury and innovation that it is today. By pulling off such a grand celebration, Sheikh Mohammed demonstrated that he was not just a ruler, he was a visionary, someone who could turn even the most traditional event into a world-class spectacle that would be remembered for generations to come. The costly entertainment. If you thought the scale of Sheikh Mohammed's 1979 wedding was impressive, wait until you hear about the entertainment. When you're throwing a wedding with a price tag that could rival the GDP of some countries, there's no room for boring, run-of-the-mill festivities. This wedding was a masterclass in luxury entertainment designed not just to celebrate the union of two people, but to put on a show that no one would forget. The entertainment was so far beyond the ordinary that it was almost like stepping into a different world. Imagine aerial performances by the Dubai Air Force. Picture jets soaring through the sky, performing intricate maneuvers as part of the wedding celebration. It wasn't just about fireworks, it was a full-on air show that gave guests an unforgettable aerial view of the desert wedding. You can imagine the excitement in the air as the jets painted the sky with their precision, leaving a trail of excitement and awe in their wake. It wasn't just an air show, it was a spectacle of power and precision, a reminder of the UAE's military might and the ambition of Dubai's rulers. But the show didn't stop in the sky. On the ground, the entertainment was equally jaw-dropping. One of the standout features was the camel and horse displays that paid homage to Emirati tradition. In a region where horses and camels are deeply embedded in the culture, these performances weren't just entertainment, they were a celebration of the heritage that had helped shape the UAE into what it is today. Imagine rows of beautifully adorned camels and horses parading around the stadium, showing off their grace and power in front of an international audience. It wasn't just a reminder of the past, it was a way of showcasing how far the UAE had come, while honoring the traditions that had shaped its present. And if the aerial stunts and animal displays weren't enough to blow you away, there was also the grand fireworks show that lit up the desert night like a festival of colors. The fireworks were synchronized to perfection, creating a visual masterpiece that reflected the scale and grandeur of the wedding. It wasn't just about setting off fireworks, it was about crafting a visual experience that would leave everyone in awe. The vibrant colors lighting up the sky weren't just a treat for the eyes, they were a symbolic representation of the UAE's growing vibrancy and ambition. The entertainment in Sheikh Mohammed's wedding wasn't just a series of performances, it was a carefully curated experience designed to create lasting memories for every guest. The goal wasn't just to show off wealth, but to create a narrative of Dubai's future, a place where tradition meets innovation, where the past is celebrated while the future is boldly embraced. Through these grand performances, Sheikh Mohammed not only entertained his guests, he also made a statement about Dubai's growing influence on the world stage. When you break it down, the entertainment at this wedding was a bold, unforgettable statement of what Dubai could offer the world. It wasn't just about showing off wealth, it was about showing off vision, creativity, and a commitment to making every moment count. It's no wonder that years later, when people think of Dubai, they think of grand events, luxurious spectacles, and unforgettable experiences. This wedding set the stage for it all. Lavish gifts and royal protocol. In royal weddings, gifts are more than just tokens. They're symbols of status, power, and tradition. For Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum's 1979 wedding to Sheikh Hind bin Maktoum Al Maktoum, the exchange of gifts was nothing short of spectacular. These weren't your average wedding presents, they were extravagant gestures that underscored the union's significance and the family's immense wealth. As the senior wife and consort, Sheikh Hind received a lavish trousseau that included gold, diamonds, and fine jewelry. Traditional gifts benefiting a royal bride. These items weren't just for adornment, they were investments in status and legacy, passed down through generations. The sheer value and quality of these gifts were a testament to the family's wealth and the importance of the marriage. Beyond personal gifts, the wedding itself was a grand spectacle, with a 20,000-seat stadium built in the desert to host the event. This venue wasn't just a place to hold guests, it was a statement of grandeur and ambition. The stadium, along with the elaborate entertainment, including aerial performances by the Dubai Air Force and camel and horse displays, highlighted the family's desire to showcase Dubai as a city of luxury and innovation. These gifts and the wedding's grandeur were not just about opulence, they were about cultural expression and political symbolism. In the UAE, such displays reinforce social hierarchies and affirm the family's position at the top. By presenting these lavish gifts and hosting an extravagant wedding, Sheikh Mohammed and Sheikh Hind not only celebrated their union, but also reinforced their status and the UAE's growing prominence on the world stage. Royal guests and dignitaries. When Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum married Sheikh Hind bin Maktoum Al Maktoum in 1979, it wasn't just a celebration of love, it was a major event on the global stage. And just like any historic occasion, it drew a dazzling guest list packed with royalty, rulers, and dignitaries from around the region and the world. This wasn't your typical family wedding, it was a gathering of some of the most influential figures of the time, brought together to witness a union that represented both tradition and transformation. At the heart of the guest list were the royal families of the United Arab Emirates. Rulers and sheikhs from all 7 emirates, Abu Dhabi, Dubai, Sharjah, Ajman, Fujairah, Ras Al Khaimah, and Al Quwain came together to celebrate this pivotal moment. Their presence wasn't just ceremonial, it symbolized unity, respect, and deep cultural ties that bind the Emirates together. The wedding was a national event, and having the full spectrum of Emirati leadership in attendance helped underscore the importance of the marriage and the future it would help shape. But it didn't stop there. The wedding also welcomed high-ranking dignitaries, political leaders, and influential figures from across the Middle East and beyond. Monarchs, diplomats, and ambassadors traveled to Dubai to honor Sheikh Mohammed and Sheikh Hind. These guests didn't just attend for the festivities, they came because of what the wedding represented. The rise of Dubai as a regional power and the growing influence of the UAE on the world stage. The presence of so many important figures helped turn the wedding into more than just a personal celebration. It became a symbol of diplomatic strength and prestige. For international guests, attending such an event offered a window into the UAE's rich culture, hospitality, and rising prosperity. And for the Emiratis, it was a proud moment to host leaders from around the globe, showing them that Dubai was ready to be counted among the world's elite. The guest experience was, of course, nothing short of luxurious. Every detail was designed to impress, from the custom-built 20,000-seat stadium in the desert to the lavish entertainment and traditional performances. Guests were treated to the best of Emirati hospitality, with opulent banquets, personalized accommodations, and a cultural experience that blended elegance with heritage. Beyond the glitter and gold, though, the guest list was a powerful reflection of the UAE's ambitions. The wedding served as a soft power move, bringing together key players in a celebration that also functioned as a platform for building stronger relationships and partnerships. It was a statement to the world. Dubai was not only rich in resources, but also rich in culture, unity, and global connections. In the end, the royal guests and dignitaries who attended Sheikh Mohammed's wedding helped elevate it from a private milestone to a historic spectacle. Their presence made it a truly international affair, one that set the tone for Dubai's rise as a luxury destination and a center of political and cultural influence. Estimates of the cost. When it comes to royal weddings, the price tag can sometimes seem astronomical. But Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum's 1979 wedding to Sheikh Hind bin Maktoum Al Maktoum stands out as one of the most expensive royal weddings in history. The grand spectacle not only reflected the immense wealth of the UAE, but also highlighted the vision and ambition of Dubai as it was emerging as a global city. Although the exact figures remain somewhat elusive, estimates suggest that the wedding cost a staggering $100 million at the time. When adjusted for inflation, that figure exceeds $200 million today. Sheikh Mohammed's wedding was designed to be a grand performance, with the UAE showcasing not only its wealth, but also its cultural identity and its aspirations for the future. And here we have reached the end of this video. What are your thoughts about this extravagant wedding? Share with us in the comments below. If you like our content, please hit the like and subscribe buttons. Also, do not forget to press the bell icon for future updates. Thanks for watching. See you soon.